There are only two kinds of Zorga players at this point. You are either a banana or kinky. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here. Today I am back to cover Zorga Nadir in DivineZ. And for those of you who know, we finished DZ BTO5, so basically this means that the entire year for anime sets have been finished, so I'm going back to take a relook at all of the fated ones, or at least the ones I can afford. And to answer the question, have they been successful in terms of the design space? Previously, we've covered Welstra, and then we covered Varga recently. Today, we will be covering Zorga Nadir. And because I'm not allowed to do a Stoichia deck that's not Nightrose without supervision, today we have Mcrafter 3000. He is back. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello.
So, Mcrafter 3000 is the genius behind Bruce, and today he'll be back to teach me how to play Zorga, because I don't know what I'm doing. I will put the links in the description below for not only Mcrafter 3000's account, I will link as well the Bruce video that he covered recently, as well as the DivineZ Explain video and the Zorga video, in case I'm repeating myself. Okay, and yeah, of course, if you are still interested in learning how to spam Philander the wrong way and playing in a sub-tier deck, the Nightrose Encyclopedia is also in the links in the description. So yeah, you're going to find out the hard way that Philander has died. So let's go through this. Okay, so let's do a quick deck profile. The Grade Zero is... What the hell is this?
So, I forgot what the first name. I just know that his name is Banana.
His name is Banana?
Even in Japan, his name is Banana. It's so cute.
Oh my god, yeah.
Banana.
Okay. The Grade 1 is Abyss Fishing.
Yeah, so if you want to play Rancor Chain, it's completely up to you. I just like the consistency that Abyss Fishing does. Yeah.
And it's better than Rancor Chain?
No, it's just personal preference. If you want to play Rancor Chain, it's also perfectly fine.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Split the pre-ordain, as always.
He can fish one back from the drop as long as you run Zorga the DivineZ skills.
Yes. And then we have Mr. Zorga Nadir. So if you forgot what Zorga Nadir does, he allows you to do Alchemy Magic, but he allows you to Alchemy Magic with your entire bind zone rather than just the cast your draw, because he's practicing Taboo Magic.
Okay.
Then his second skill is at EB2, choose a normal order from your drop zone and bind it. Then you get to call 2 cards from your drop zone back to your regular circle, and they gain 5k for each different name order card in your bind zone. And at the end of the turn, they will go back to the drop. Huh. Then his divine skill is that when he attacks a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, you Soul Blast 1, and then you choose a column and you stand it, and at the end of the turn, all units in that column will also go back to the drop zone.
Huh, so they all died.
Yeah. So his entire gimmick is that now he basically chooses his friends, and then he can call back basically a whole ass board, and then the thing is that board is only temporary, it will die at the end of the turn.
But they always call themselves back, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For our Grade 3s, we play 3 Zorga Nadir for Persona Right, and no Roaming Prison?
No Roaming Prison. So it was something that, that was very, very conflictive in a lot of places where everyone was thinking that, oh, RPD is a good card, RPD is a really, really good card, he's a good crit attacker, and then it's like, why would we ever replace him with the new guy? But the new guy is actually much more flexible than RPD, and the only detriment is that he doesn't gain the crit going first. But other than that, he is much more flexible than RPD, so that's why we are trying to play without RPD in mind. But I'm not gonna diss RPD because I have won an entire tournament thanks to RPD, so I will not, diss him that much. But other than that, it's okay. Mr. Potential Man is doing very well, just fine as his only grade 3, because this deck already has so many shieldless cards. You want to add more shieldless cards, up to you.
Right. Okay, our Grade 2s, we have 4 Shadow Cloak and 4 Karma.
Yeah, so Shadow Cloak's ability is that when placed on regular circle placed on regular circle from hand, you search a deck for a order card that has a different name from any of the order cards in your drop zone, and then you add it to your drop, and you put it into your drop zone, and then you shuffle your deck. Then his second skill is that when you Alchemy Magic, so when he has to be on the board to see actual Alchemy Magic actually happen, then you Soul Blast 1. Oh no, okay, the first one, if you want to get technical, his entire skill is actually split into 2. His first part of his second skill actually just says when you play a normal order, so it just has to be on the board to see that you play a normal order. Then you Soul Blast 1, and he gains 5.
Okay.
But if the normal order activation that he saw is Alchemy Magic, then you get to choose one of your real guards and you bounce it back to your hand.
Any rear guard,
Any rear guard.
including the perfect guard.
Yes, okay, possible.
So you can loop perfect guards.
Yes.
Wow. So this deck is even better hostage than Nightrose.
I don't know about that. If it's hostage, I still think this is not as good as hostage, but it's okay.
And then we also have for Karma.
Yeah, so Karma, I think from our previous video also we mentioned is that when this guy is placed on regular circle, you energy blast 4, and then you choose a normal order from your drop zone and bind it, then you up to one normal. You have to choose. Okay, you have to bind in normal order, then you give this unit 5,000 power for each different name normal order card in your bind zone.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Then at the beginning of your battle phase, so unlike Mr. Roaming Prison, he just has to be in your drop zone at the beginning of your battle phase rather than needing to be in the drop zone to see Alchemy Magic. Then and if your Vanguard has conducted Alchemy Magic and is a divine skill possessing Zorga, you call him back to regular circle, and if your opponent is grade 3 or greater, he gains a crit.
Wow.
Yeah. So in all honesty, like, this card is just more flexible RPD, but he obviously doesn't have the the scale, the easiness of RPD. It's just that you can call him early game, you can
loop him,
he gets a crit on going first, everything. Like, he's very, very restrictive, but also at the same time also he's easier because he doesn't need to be in the drop zone as soon as you Alchemy Magic. He can you can find him from your Alchemy Magic effects for more consistency and things like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's burn through this leaf even faster. I'll take over this part from here. Grade 1s, we have 4 perfect guards. We want to stay alive. You are recommended to play 4 normal perfect guards because we actually have quite a fair bit of blitz orders in this list, and your perfect guards are all bouncing back to hand and you can revive them because they are normal units. So my Dumbjit fans rejoice, we have the Dumbjit loop deck at last. 2 copies of Rogue Headhunter. Rogue Headhunter is an old card from BBDO2. If you're old enough to remember this card, leave a comment. I'd love to see who you are. If you play an order this turn, against 5,000 power, and then when placed on a rearguard circle, the next time you play an order, you can reduce its counterblast cost by 1. So basically, you combine the cost for Alchemy Magic, and then you minus 1 CB. So, okay, that's really nice, when you want to use counterblast. But if you're playing 2 orders that are free or don't even use CB, then he doesn't work. You don't get counter charge of his thing, okay? So don't worry. Last but not least, we have Seabreeze Abduction. From the creators of Eradicator Demolition Dragon, we have Eradicator Demolition Dragon. At the end of the battle that this unit's boosted attack hits, choose an order card from your drop zone and bind it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, search your deck for 1 order.
No. It's from your drop zone, you add 1 order card back to your hand.
Oh, so you bind 1 and you take 1 back.
Yeah, bind 1, take 1 back.
Okay, so that means you basically want to ensure all your orders are drop as fast as possible and then use this to send them off to the next location.
Yeah. So he was designed around the triple drive order that Zorga got in DBT04. Yeah. So this guy, gather upon me, your wandering souls, which is why he adds orders back to hand. But because now Zorga is all about accelerating the bind zone, that's why he's really good.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but obviously, if you don't like the idea of needing to rely on hits to get your power, then you can always just play Philander.
But your powers are so big though, right? So why would you play this over Philander? Philander guarantees you 1 in drop. This guy doesn't, but he just makes sure that if you on hit over time, you get.
Yeah, because you can get the power even earlier, then you also get some more order consistency as opposed to Caesars, which always needs to -2 in order to get the orders, to get the order back.
So that's why Philander and Caesars are not on this list.
Yeah, because you can play them. Like there are so many ways to play Zorga because he is potential man. So you can just play Philander, play RPD, play Caesars, or it's all up to you.
I see. Okay. All right. Before we end this segment, our orders. Do I have to put them all out?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 ladder, 2 brand of corpses, 1 miasma, 1 Nightrose chair, 1 urine balls, 1 shadow blade, 1 inlet pulse is drowning, 1 urine Zorga, 2 habitat. This is the Miftiak habitat, 1 overcoming my natural death, and 1 sweets.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of orders, man. You play more than Office? Why? Tell me more.
I mean, Zorga is a useless deck without its orders, and we don't. Unlike Zorga Mask, there is no way to get the orders back to hand from any magical effect. So we just have to rely on drawing them at this point.
Okay, so
Yeah.
why do you play all of these at this ratio?
Okay, so the Blitz orders are basically in a pair because we have overcoming by natural death, and also we have sea breeze abduction. So
Okay.
so the idea is that if you need defense or you're fighting Benny Meyer, then you can just use sea breeze and overcoming to get these two orders back to hand, and you can basically just play them in Effervescent Dream Blade first to get a 20k shield, because you have so much energy in, because you still have access like 2 energy in this deck, so you can just use
it on Blade.
Effervescent, yeah.
Oh.
Then you can use after that you can use wine after that. So the wine Blitz order is that it works perfectly with Zorga because it counts every single order in your drop zone and your bind zone with different names. Then it gives your Vanguard 5k. And you also get to draw a card. Yeah, so he's really, really, really strong in this deck. So that's why these two Blitz orders are played, and they're just basically there to add a defense, and he is just there to give you more consistency as well as add to your bind zone.
Okay.
Because the overcoming my natural death binds himself for his own cause.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I can explain these few. These are the few I know.
Okay. You can do the virtues.
The chair, Nightrose chair.
Black magic, yeah.
It's actually not Nightrose's chair. It's the Zorga's chair. This cost is reduced by 1 counter blast for every order in the bind zone.
Yes.
Right? Counter blast 4, draw 2. What does it do? Can you explain to me? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Can you read this text?
I can't read it.
I'm blind. Can you tell me what it does?
No, I don't.
You don't know? Oh, okay. Do you know? What does it do? Okay, I don't know. Okay, someone let me know in the comments what this says. I don't get it. It's really greedy of them to print a card I can't read. Like, come on, man. Miasma is also another counter blast order. What it does is you play CB1, choose a grade 3 or lower card from your drop zone, call it the Vanguard Circle, and then your Vanguard gets the passive skill that all your units, all your Vanguards,
all your units.
all your units in the front row gain 5. So,
I have to do Alchemagy in order to get that part.
yeah, but you know what? That's actually pretty good. Like, I remember this from Grave Equals Zorga, right? This was a Grave Equals Zorga card, and I think this aged really well. I think it's really good though. This is probably one of the most offensively strong cards. This is one of the cards that even I, as an idiot, know about Zorga. And the other one is, of course, Brand of Corpses. Oh, I love this one, man. You can only play this card if your Vanguard is Zorga with the Divine skill. Your Vanguard gets the red text that says all cards caught from the drop zone gain 5. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't this just Luat? Isn't this just Luat? Like, what? Oh yeah. Okay, so we played at 2 because it's really good. Ladder, Shiranui is back, for those of you who don't know, because of, Kidani. So please buy this. It's very important. If you want to have any hope of topping your WGPs, your Malaysias, your Thailands, your Singapores, your Hokkaidos, whatever, you're gonna need this. Please buy it. I won't explain. Okay, the last few orders.
So Sweets is the Everlasting Dream is the second best early game order that you can pull, because it's a CB1, draw 1, and then you get to scry the top card, and you can either leave it on top or put it into your drop zone. So it is always going to be a strong offensive pressure card, as well as being able to hard blast your hand.
Sorry, can you say it again? CB1, draw 1.
That's crazy.
Links description for that video.
That's crazy. Yeah, so Sweets is obviously just really good, and he's really good for early game if your opponent decides to give you counter blast, and this deck doesn't really need CB, so you can just play it. Like, it's fine. Then we have Misty Habitat. I really do hope they reprint this soon, because
I want this reprinted.
it's basically gonna be in every Stoichia deck until the end of time at this point. So Misty Habitat is when you play top 7, call anything that is great equal to or lower than your Vanguard, and if you see Bestial Habitat himself in the top 7, you can also in its own top 7 you can also add it to hand.
Because it can call itself.
Yeah. So the main reason why Bestial Habitat is so good now is because Mr. Impending Karma doesn't require itself to appear, doesn't need itself to be in the drop zone when you Alchemy Magic. So what you can do is that you can find your Impending Karma from your Misty Habitat top 7 when you Alchemy Magic. Then just call over it, and then at the beginning of your battle phase, your Impending Karma is not active because you did Alchemy Magic this turn, and it was at the start of your battle phase, so now Impending Karma can come back from the drop zone with a crit.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why he's a lot more flexible than Mr. RPD. Because you can't do this with RPD, but you can do this with Impending Karma.
Okay.
Then
Last orders.
Getting upon me, you're wondering, so because as Mr. MS has pointed out, we play so many orders in this deck, you might as well throw some of them when you have not enough shield to pressure your opponent by checking the overtrigger.
So you discard an order card from your hand to play this card and it gets a drive.
Yes.
So when Zorga gets the Vanguard restand, we will be here, Mushi King. We will be here.
Yes.
Last but not least, we have Inlet's Drowning Order. This is Commandment over Death's Restraint. Honestly, this is one of my favorite arts of all time from Stoichia. It just depicts it so well how Inlet Pulse is on the way out and dying. But hey, what do I know? You can play this card, and then it's free cost, by the way. Just look at the top card of your deck and mill it. Choose one card from your drop zone that's the same grade or less as your Vanguard, call it to your rearguard circle, or you can choose an order card from a normal order.
Yeah.
Right? Choose a normal order, or you can choose a normal order for your drop zone that's not himself and add it back to the hand. So basically, you can greed shit everybody. It's just that good. But of course, the downside is that it's a net zero and there's no offensive pressure to this guy. But you can toolbox everybody. So pretty good, pretty good. Last but not least, our triggers. Let's quickly end this segment. It's already gonna be 15 minutes. 4 heals, 4 front. Why 4 front? Because we just want power, right? Crits, no problem.
Like we need shield as well.
Need shields, huh? Okay, 7 crits. Please play the soul crit because Zorga needs soul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 1 over trigger. I think Bless Favor will do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I pronounced his name right first try. Okay, cool. Okay, so that was the Zorga list that we have come to at the end of DivineZ. Next question. How do we counter Zorga? Is there a counter to Zorga?
Just farm PGs.
Just farm PGs.
Just farm PGs.
Okay.
Because if he doesn't matter how big his numbers are, if you just have PGs, then he can't do anything.
So just farm PG equals win?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically because
That's true.
The Zorga player basically just plays out his whole turn like on his own. Like he can't really influence it. Like it's whatever he draws is whatever he draws.
True.
Yeah. So the only way is that you can just try and like I don't know, just take out his Shadow Cloak. I guess go after his Shadow Cloak.
Okay.
And don't let the Shadow Cloak stay on the board where you can just keep like bouncing stuff back to hand, like force him to actually like
guard with it.
Guard with it, call it, then call it from the EV2, which means that he's wasting like a booster slot and stuff like that. So there are ways to basically make Zorga's life very difficult, but there's no real way to actually like stop Zorga game plan because Zorga's game plan basically is all on his own turn. It's influenced all by stuff that he does on his own turn.
Okay, so do you think this deck has succeeded in DivineZ? From previously, whatever Zorga was before, given this 1 year of support, do you think the deck succeeded in what it was trying to do?
I think for a very large time I did feel that Zorga did succeed, but then recently like I've seen a lot of like lists like actually like try to go back to Mars and like try to like play the Mars engine or just go back and play old Zorga completely because they just found that Zorga Nadir is not high power fast enough in order to actually be worth worth playing his own playstyle out. And especially because the new support definitely wants you to just go back and play. They made a double rare that is designed to work with RPD, but the entire set 2 version of Zorga it wants you to throw out RPD. So now it's like you might as well just go back and play more Zorga Mars where RPD works, and a lot of the old support where like stuff like Philander, stuff like just play more Habitat, play Mars, play your Wandering Soul, stuff like that. Just go back and play all the old stuff, and then it will still work regardless. Whereas now a lot of the new support necessitates you to have a divine skill Zorga, which is very irritating. So, there's really nothing stopping you from just going back to play the old engine. And the old engine definitely works, but Zorga Nadir itself as a deck without any of the Mars engine, just playing it purely with a lot of the old stuff and just playing with the new stuff and just putting in some of the old orders, it definitely I think has succeeded in terms of this deck because it's still relevant even after he has not received a single direct support since DZBTO2. He has received 1 double rare.
And not only that, he didn't even get a tournament promo yet.
Yeah, and also like there hasn't even been a good Stoichia normal order since Zorga has come out. Which is saying something because they are so scared of Zorga being good that there hasn't even been a good normal Stoichia normal order since Zorga Nadir has come out.
I wrote an entire encyclopedia on Nightrose. I even noticed that. I didn't even notice that. What the hell? Seriously? Wow, okay. Yeah, because this was the last good one, right?
I guess.
Is this the last good one?
I mean, there have been some, I guess, but not that many. I guess you call Sutra, but Sutra's for his own thing.
Sutra? is for this deck. Links in the description below. Alright, thank you so much, Crafter, for joining us. As usual, it's very hard to get a hold of you, but really appreciate you taking the time to come down and talk about Zorga. Thank you all so much for watching. We will try and do one more deck discussion, I think, before November's end. But I'm not sure what exactly I'll do. I think I have one more Fated one I'm going to do. It's probably going to be Chris Rain. So I'll ask Fate the 4th to come back and do it. But other than that, that's all about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Anything else?
Bye-bye.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Banana.